mahogany case, and actually that's hanging down because I forgot the batteries I put in there, but some off-brand and they leaked. Another Imperial.
Seen that one? Nice clock.
You ever seen one of those? Solar, what's dirty. And that was a hanging sign on something, glass, been etched. Get the back, you'll notice that you'll know the movement, but it's all gold plated. But the battery is gone in it that was in it. The storage battery, it'll run, but
What did this do?
that was the storage battery, big wafer battery.
Oh.
Big, great big, yeah.
Okay.
I'd never seen that. I didn't know they made
No,
this.
I haven't either.
I don't know whether the solar cells are still, I guess they would be if you got it. The battery, people wanted to build a battery for it, and I thought, hey,
Yeah. Well,
dusty.
if you can't get it going, that all electronics.
It'll run.
Yes.
It's got a C battery.
Yeah.
It'll run, but
I mean,
yeah.
if you want to run it off the solar,
just
they sell great big solar panels. Quite nice.
I think the solar panels are good on this. Just the battery storage is bad.
Yeah.
That was in there. This is a Elgin solar,
yeah.
which
Where in the world did you find that?
where else?
eBay.
Yes. I wasn't. Well, this is.
Do
all
you
about-
ever sleep?
Yeah, not much. I'm surprised how little. This is.
Oh yeah, I've
That
seen those
dust.
too. Those are nice.
That's a Seth
Those are-
Thomas, and first of all, I like the case,
Singable movement.
but
Oh,
no,
that's a cheap movement.
it works and it's
They
cheap
do.
to run.
They do.
It's got a little eddy motor in there, but the
Yeah.
case on this was just
Yeah.
perfect. Now there's another no key. In fact, one of these no keys is from the original, and the other one is from the later period. But they had they're both the copper and the black.
Okay.
This one is the rare one, number 58 or something. That Dale Sewell had that for years, and he's gone away from electric clocks now. I got that off him. But yeah, there's a prize for you. Self-winding striking skeleton clock.
I think this again is Chester before they.
Well, apparently 4 of them were built. There's only 2 of them. This is the only complete one. That's all original. The other one had to have the dial repainted. Elmer sent this dial with Bob Crowder to China and had a dial reproduced for somebody in New Jersey.
Well, I have a skeleton.
You have one
This
of
is
the
Chester Pond.
one of the English skeleton.
No. It's
Is it wound up or electric?
electric.
Like the English skeleton clocks.
Yeah.
They made some in England for the board of directors over there. It may be one of those.
It could be, but I don't think so. I think it's U.S. And
Because this is Chester Pond here too. This is this free pendulum.
yeah.
And I think mine, because mine came in its own little box, mine was never ever used. So everybody who's had one of these has taken mine because all of theirs is burnt up here. And that may be the reason they're trying to run them on 3 volts and they're meant to run on half a
Yeah.
volt. But that thing, it just has a little rocker here. So it's always in contact. It's never, and I'm the only one that's got one that's got a minute switch on it. Comes around that little notch and it falls over and makes contact.
Elmer showed me one that he had running. If you turn out the lights, you can see these sparks coming.
That was, well, I've seen them, but I think that's it.
Yeah.
When I had this one redone, these used to have spark coils here. Well, Dale Sewell said let's don't even try to do that. So he replaced it with what it looks like, but there's diodes in there to help to stop
You talked
it.
about that
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, that's and I've got the original pendulum on this, and the case is downstairs, but I just haven't had. I mean, that's a real put it together right and get it to work, and I don't have a dial. But I'm like, and neither does Alan. I think I'd like to get a plexiglass dial made for it, or a glass dial, so you
Yeah.
can actually see it.
See it.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a.
This is a pond?
It's he patented this at about make the motors and they can make the movements. Okay, that's a real late self-winder in that corner over there, that deco thing. It must have been made in the 50s, but the movement.
This one here?
Yeah, the movement is a beautiful a movement. I mean, just beautiful movement.
I like the frosted glass.
Yeah, that's of course Thomas Pendulum driven. Now there's a Rimpy.
Nice one.
And what came with the spade hands, that's what I'm looking for, the Maltese cross hands. So.
Nice, beautiful case.
What's funny, this came out of Colorado Springs. This is a Torque Master, just like the one back at the back. But this one is mostly all totally original. And of course, there's that pool banjo. And you almost have to swing that pendulum all the way from side to side. He's right. That's got to be one of a kind, or not many of them.
Oh, I guess you can.
Now,
You
I brought
brought that
yeah.
to Cincinnati.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a Cincinnati master clock, which comes down from Frick to Landis to Cincinnati. But that one has a Kellecron motor that winds it so it's quiet, but it just winds, that's all it does. And then another, that one's running another Cincinnati time recorder hall clock. And that one, the moon dial is attached to the movement, not to the dial. So when you take the dial off, the moon dial just stays. And that's a Elliott grandmother.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty little thing.
Elliott.
Pretty little thing.
Here's the one that's real hard to find. This is real early. And I was lucky when I got this. They sent the original motor, was tacked up at the top. So here's the original motor of this, and they were lousy. They were just a
Oh, that's a 2-coil.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to constantly kick start it, so somebody had replaced it years ago
And saved it.
and saved it. That's what surprised me.
Yeah.
But this is not what they describe in their books of the catalogs. It's much bigger. The dial is their big, expensive regulator dial. Alan has one of these, but he's missing the top and the bottom both. Somebody cut them both off.
Oh, you could probably help him with it.
Well, he's coming with me back from the National in Kansas City. Spend a couple of days and.
Well, I'll send this disc to him before he comes.
Okay. Of course, his collection is just. God. And yeah, the number, I forgot what that is.
Oh, you got your NBC chimes there, just to bring color to dinner.
Oh, this is dinner. My problem is I collect too much other crap.
You were
Oh.
right. That's in the corner is a bull clock.
Yeah.
But it's been
Now
really.
these are not. Oh God, right. These are not. These are clocks that need to be worked on. This is the. This one is. You'd love this one. You know what powers this one? Sangamo motor.
Sangamo electric motor?
Yes.
Oh, really? I wonder why.
It's the movement is a little bit different.
Now, what is it?
It's an American clock company. So they were still in business at that time and they were experimenting, but when people say, well, they took the movement and no, the movement would not work any other way than with this motor. Another one over here, the simple mill.
Oh, yeah.
And then, God, I hate these stairs, they're so steep. Then here's the prize, is the E. Howard 80 beat. And I've got the dial, I've got the movement. It's the only one except I ran into another one down in Mississippi.
That's the only one I ever. But you know, Rodney, you have to have two. Oh,
But you know where this case, Elmer had this case, but he had a New York Standard movement in it. He didn't have the rest of it, and the case, I knew what the case was.